pub not too far from King's Cross called The Duke, with its lovely Art Deco surroundings, and I'm here today speaking to one of my heroes, a star of film, stage and TV, Mr. Phil Daniels, who is going to speak to us about his autobiography, Class Actor. Now Phil, you're a fellow Londoner. I'd like you to talk for a little bit about how things might have changed. What was it like growing up in this area in the 60s?
Well, it was King's Cross in the 1960s was kind of quite a sort of close-knit area. There was lots of people living in blocks of flats, lots of working class people doing, you know, various things. Nowadays it's kind of stretched out a lot more. There's lots more things going on here, and it's gone up in the world a bit, really.
Got a bit trendier.
It's a lot trendier than it ever was, and I think that's. I mean, there's St Pancras Station, which is a beautiful station, which I always thought was the cathedral at King's Cross, and it's still there. And but now, because of all the transport going over to France, the area's become, you know, much more cosmopolitan.
Well, that's an interesting way to lead into my next question, which was, I mean, how the hell did you get into acting? I mean, it's, you know, you would think that that's a preserve of the sort of the well-off or the very privileged, you know, and that, I mean, just tell us a little bit from how you came to...
Well, there was a lady called Anna Scher who'd set up, in Islington, who set up a drama club called the Anna Scher Children's Theatre. She was an English teacher with ambition, I would say, and she wanted to do drama in English in the school, but I don't think they would let her. You had to, there was a curriculum and you had to teach English. You couldn't teach drama and English. So she had a class after school, which got bigger and bigger because, you know, kids really enjoyed doing drama, and she taught improvisation. And so they moved to a place called Bentham Court in Islington, and it was twice weekly, nightly. And in the summer holidays, she'd go round to the empty schools in Islington and Camden and do theatre workshops. And in King's Cross, she came to my old primary school, Argyle School.
Right.
And I think one of my mate's sisters went to one of the drama groups, and he had to go and pick her up because his mum had told him, go and pick her up. And we went there, and there was all these lovely girls of our age or a bit older.
Which was how old? Was it, were you 14?
13, 14,
right.
You know.
Okay.
And it was kind of amazing because I went to an all-boys school as well, and it was all pretty suppressed, and we were all lads together, and it was quite eye-catching, really. And so we got dragged into sitting at the back of this drama group, watching people being trees and playing certain role games, and got involved.
Across your brilliant and long career, you've got a name, and you're synonymous really with anti-heroes or people who are not going to sit down and take it. You're always going to give them a bit of cheek back, or, you know, tell someone to shove their franking machine where the sun don't shine in the office job. Or
it gets harder when you're 50.
Yeah, tell me about it. But, you know, I think that's...
No, it's a real joy to be able to do that.
Something new there, because there wasn't a London working class voice that had quite that oomph behind it. You know, we'd seen the kitchen sink dramas of the 60s, the kind of Saturday night, Sunday morning where, you know, the working class, but it was always very northern. And I think what you did first was you were the first kind of London working class anti-hero, and you kind of, you know, that's important to look back on now when everyone's aspiring to be upper middle class. You know, that's a great voice.
Yes, I've discovered that aspiration.
But, you know, as I say, you had a long career. What do you think has been your favourite role?
That's difficult to say, really, because I don't know. There's things like Meantime, which you're very fond of.
Very fond of Meantime.
And which was a Mike Leigh improvised film about council block in Hackney and the occupants thereof. And I did a thing about a solicitor, which for the life of me I can't remember its name, called Outlaws.
Outlaws.
Which for me was a great part because I was a professional For the first time, I was a lawyer. I could use all my skills in a professional capacity. I was the one that was helping other people with my skill, which meant a lot to me as an actor, that I wasn't the underdog. So I was still an underdog,
Right.
but I wasn't the victim.
You were fighting for other underdogs.
I was fighting for the other
He was an
victims.
underdog who'd made good.
Yeah, so I enjoyed doing that, really. You know, but on the whole, nearly everything I've done, I've enjoyed doing.
Do you get recognised in the street? And if so, do people shout things out for you at all?
Yeah, I'd get recognised in the street, and people, I don't really shout out, they just ask for your autograph, really.
Okay.
Jimmy, there's a bit of Jimmy.
Jimmy, of course, from Quadrophenia.
Yeah, or Kevin.
Kevin from EastEnders.
I'm very big, let me warn you. Morrison's. I haven't shopped in Morrison's a lot, but I went in Morrison's in Devon, in Paynton in Devon, and I'm big.
Big in Paynton.
In Morrison's in Paynton, Devon. I shopped in Sainsbury's, not a sniff. Morrison's. I'm a Morrison's man.
That's the
So if
place.
they've got a book department, Morrison's. That's
Your signed
where
copies.
they'll be. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Phil Daniels, one class actor.